Behind Hollywood's polished facade lurks a rarely screened, startling truth. Let's peel back a century of film and music lore to expose 25 luminous names who were popular for disgusting on-set habits. First, Clark Gable. Clark Gable's rakish charisma crowned him the king of Hollywood, yet his breath threatened to dethrone him daily. Childhood scarlet fever cost him most of his teeth. Studio dentists installed ill-fitting plates held by pungent adhesive. Add 2 packs of unfiltered Chesterfields and nightly rye whiskey, and every close-up carried a blast of chemical halitosis. MGM's internal memos mention special atmospheric fans ordered for Stage 14 during Mutiny on the Bounty, an unpublicized attempt to disperse the odor. Boom mic operators breathed through handkerchiefs whenever Gable leaned in for blocking. Vivian Leigh supposedly requested extra takes during Gone with the Wind because the aroma made her eyes water. Remedies, from chlorophyll tablets to clove lozenges, failed. Director George Cukor joked that retakes weren't for lighting but for weather conditions. Offset, Gable kept tins of Sen-Sen but often forgot mid-scene. Fans never caught wind. Publicists embargoed any mention, so the legend remained untarnished. Even decades later, crew veterans recalled the lingering, suffocating scent with rueful laughter. 2. Marilyn Monroe. Marilyn Monroe floated across screens like a dream, but her private quarters often resembled a teenager's neglected dorm. Chronic insomnia drove midnight raids on room service trays. She would nibble cheesecake, apple pie, or fried chicken, then slide the plate under the bed and collapse. During the 7-year itch, wardrobe assistants retrieving gowns found clusters of molding leftovers, lipstick-smeared coffee cups, and empty pill bottles scattered like confetti. A prop master recalled ants marching across plush carpeting toward the skirting boards. Monroe disliked showers, preferring quick sponge baths that rarely conquered the sugary residue from constant Pepsi refills. Co-star Tony Curtis quipped that filming love scenes felt like kissing a bakery. Studio cleaners entered every dawn armed with disinfectant, yet the cycle restarted nightly. Maintenance logs show repeated requests for ozone machines to neutralize organic odor. Publicists shielded reporters, blaming any whiff on faulty ventilation. She skipped underwear, leaving costume linings sweat-marked and dusty with body powder, greatly inflating the wardrobe department's daily washing workload. Friends suggested the clutter comforted Monroe. Whatever the psychology, directors learned to budget added cleanup time whenever the world's most famous blonde graced a soundstage. Third, Azie Osborne. Azie Osborne's reputation for outrageous stagecraft is deserved, but insiders say the shock rocker's everyday hygiene could rival any horror prop. During 1970s studio sessions, he wandered barefoot through dank rehearsal spaces, cigarettes dangling, flicking ash into half-drunk beer cans that he later mistook for refreshments. Engineers kept spare pop filters because Azie habitually coughed phlegm into microphones, leaving crusted residue that glued mesh together by morning. On the 1980 Blizzard of Oz tour, wardrobe staff burned through boxes of baby wipes trying to neutralize the potent mix of sweat, stale Jack Daniels, and raw meat juices soaking his sequined robes. The infamous 1982 bat-bitting episode was merely the apex. Earlier that year, he decapitated live doves during a CBS Records meeting, splattering red across executive blazers. During MTV shoots, assistants wore rubber gloves to retrieve microphones slick with spit and ale. Crew joked the smell blended farmyard, distillery, and wet upholstery all at once. Czwarty, Arnold Schwarzenegger. Arnold Schwarzenegger's bodybuilding discipline emphasized health, yet co-star anecdotes reveal a mischievous disregard for olfactory comfort. On Total Recall, 1990, he amused himself by releasing protein shake-fueled gas inside sealed Martian shuttle sets, then watching makeup artists scramble for fresh air. Rachel Ticotin remembers eye-watering takes while the star grinned, "It's just chemistry." His bulking diet, boiled eggs, garlic sausages, raw onions, glutamine shakes, left perspiration as potent as his bench press. During Kindergarten Cop, child extras nicknamed him Stinky Muscles. Continuity reports document extra wardrobe changes labeled odor saturation. One PA recalled being playfully headlocked, only to be gassed seconds later. Even director Ivan Reitman threatened charcoal underwear if jokes continued. Today, veteran crew recount the episodes with parts admiration and nasal PTSD, proof that even legends can olfactorily overwhelm. 5. Leonardo DiCaprio. Leonardo DiCaprio's ascent from Romeo plus Juliet to Titanic carried a faint odor of rebellion. Friends recall the 21-year-old star declaring showers a corporate conspiracy, preferring to preserve natural oils. He dabbed patchouli behind his ears, creating a potent mix of musk and incense. Poet shirts laundered each dawn were stiff by afternoon. Claire Danes endured love scenes in an earthy haze. On Titanic, DiCaprio skipped hygiene to stay in character as a steerage vagabond. Kate Winslet waved soap bars like white flags. A conjunctivitis outbreak finally forced compliance. Crew diaries label him Patchouli Jack in hindsight. 6. Matthew McConaughey. Matthew McConaughey's laid-back philosophy, just keep livin', includes skipping deodorant. On A Time to Kill, 1996, extras inhaled breath mints as olfactory shields when he paced during monologues. By Fool's Gold, 2008, the musk au naturel rose from wetsuits under tropical sun. Kate Hudson spritzed eucalyptus to survive kiss scenes. Sound technicians logged player odor breaks, and producers of True Detective installed set fans. McConaughey defends washing only pits and privates, touting pheromones. Producers joked the smell deserved its own credit. 7. Jim Carrey. Jim Carrey's immersive acting on Man on the Moon meant abandoning hygiene. Production diaries cite a persistent sour aroma of sweat, cigar ash, and sauerkraut. He spat chewed onions onto Jerry Lawler's chest, poured sticky soda over himself, and attracted flies so thick director Milos Forman contemplated halting filming. Earlier on Ace Ventura, he littered floors with sunflower seed shells, forcing nightly deep cleans. A gaffer once taped a pine-scented freshener to Carrey's shirt. Carrey ate it, yelling, "Method, baby!" Even in Hollywood. 8. Julia Roberts. Julia Roberts' eco-minded aversion to deodorant emerged on Erin Brockovich. Courtroom sets in 100 degrees. Fahrenheit heat filled with musky Brockovich bouquet. Boom mic operators wrapped handles in herb sachets. Wardrobe rotated blouses hourly. Steven Soderbergh ordered fans behind camera on Ocean's 11 to push airflow away from poker tables. Roberts defends conserving water and skin microbiome. Years later, some still swear they can recall that signature scent on studio carpets. 9. Russell Crowe. Russell Crowe's leather armor and gladiator soaked sweat, horsehair, and mud, then fermented overnight in trailers. Connie Nielsen needed mint spray for kisses. Ozone machines treated his wardrobe. On A Beautiful Mind, he favored blue cheese sandwiches before dialogue. On Robin Hood, he refused to shave armpits, producing tavern stench. Years on, prop rooms retain faint hints of that fermented battlefield bouquet. Gishonta Cameron Diaz. Cameron Diaz hasn't used antiperspirant since high school. Charlie's Angels stunt mats smelled of Vinegar Factory after kung fu rehearsals. She sun-draped sweaty outfits on fences, trusting UV sterilization. Jude Law diffused essential oils in shared cars for the holiday. Production accountants logged persistent organic odor costs. Some grips carried spare clothespins just in case. On Burr. Brad Pitt. Brad Pitt's baby wipe hygiene peaked during Inglourious Bastards. Sweat-soaked uniforms smelled of damp pulp. Eli Roth likened set aroma to a gym locker beside a perfume counter. Wipes littered helicopter rigs on World War Z. David Fincher mailed soap labeled "Use Me." Crew dubbed Days Operation Wet Wipe in production lore ever since. 12th, Kate Hudson. Kate Hudson weaponized odor by eating pickled onions and tuna before kissing Dane Cook, who described mouth-to-mouth with a dumpster. Similar pranks targeted Matthew McConaughey with soda burps. Raw food snacks stained silk gowns. Crunching kale ruined dialogue. She brings scented candles as apology gifts. Crew labeled her antics "Onion Rose Surprise" backstage. 13. Jason Seagull. Chain-smoking Jason Seagull generated ashtray breath. Did Allison Hannigan find $10 a cigarette? The actor stuck gum under McLaren's bar stools. By season 5, a gray reef hung beneath the set. Smoke-tainted Muppet foam heads. Camera operators installed air purifiers. The gum colony remains in storage. Visitors view it like modern art exhibit. 14. Jessica Simpson. Jessica Simpson brushes teeth rarely, relying on mouthwash. In humid Bangkok for the price of beauty, sour breath mingled with durian markets inside tuk-tuks. She wore boots without socks, emitting wet puppy smell. Johnny Knoxville begged peppermint spray during Dukes of Hazzard. Crew later gifted her monogrammed floss picks during rap, hoping for change. 15. Ashton Kutcher. On Jobs, 2013, Ashton Kutcher washed only pits and bits, leaving conference room sets smelling of vinegar. Natalie Portman erected perfume barricades on No Strings Attached. Parenting philosophy dictates bathing kids only when visibly dirty. Toys returned coated in sticky film. Some compared the scent to kombucha left fermenting in cars. 16. Robert Pattinson. Robert Pattinson rarely shampooed during Twilight. Pattinson's pelt dried smelling of wet dog. Damp clothes and takeout bread mildew so strong, Summit upgraded his room for ventilation. Shirts clean themselves, he claimed. Costume supervisors forced rotation on Remember Me. Studio invoices list extra air purifiers delivered to his trailer. 17. Jennifer Lawrence. Jennifer Lawrence consumed garlic jerky before sparring scenes to unnerve co-stars, refused antiperspirant on American Hustle, and drank fish oil shakes before kissing Chris Pratt. Wardrobe requested duplicate costumes for odor saturation. Colleagues now keep travel-size mint sprays on Lawrence projects. Better safe than smelly, they always say. 18. Shailene Woodley. Woodley's kombucha brewed under bleachers attracted fruit flies. Bone broth steam filled makeup rooms. She brushes with coconut oil and baking soda, leaving soap cake flavor in dialogue. Crew unwrapped herbal gift tinctures politely. Fragrance fans kept distance when jars began fizzing. 19. Shia LaBeouf. For Fury, LaBeouf didn't shower for weeks, stored sweat-soaked fatigues in plastic bags, chewed raw garlic, and bloodied unsterilized wounds, creating a tank that smelled like a festering gym bag. Gas masks were offered on call sheets. Some swear the tank's odor still haunts studio storage. Zack Efron. Efron's pre-dawn workouts on the Lucky One fermented into wet dog in a gym bag. He skipped showers, relying on baby wipes. Sand stuck to unwashed sunscreen on Baywatch, requiring outdoor showers. Prop assistants coined Efron Juice Sanitizer. Memories resurface whenever ocean scenes require prolonged close quarters today shoots. 21. Johnny Galecki. Galecki chewed spearmint non-stop, parking gum under Big Bang Theory furniture. A mosaic of hardened wads forced a hazmat shutdown. A chew and dispose station tracked series longevity. Producers gifted a framed chunk at finale. Museum curators declined the donation, to everyone's amusement. 22. Mila Kunis. 2010s. Kunis skipped showers during Black Swan rehearsals. Salt-streaked tutus prompted ozone cabinets. She bathes her children only when visibly dirty. Witch hazel pads precede close-ups. She once gifted artisanal soap labeled, "Use responsibly. Once a week is plenty." Some keep soap bars unopened for posterity. Kesha Kaksikuminta Kolmi. Kesha limited showers, soaked sequined leotards in sweat and whiskey, sprayed outfits with vodka, drank urine on TV, and misplaced tobacco spit jars. A bus driver quit over fermenting tacos. Fans bought "Smells Like Kesha" candles. Her team now deploys ozone machines to prevent past odors from ever returning. 24th Kristen Bell. Bell waits for the stink before bathing. Frozen Tuyu ADR booths installed charcoal pillows after post-workout sessions. Apple cider vinegar deodorant turned salad-like under lights. Wardrobe added mesh bell flaps for airflow. They now schedule voice work early before post-exercise aromas develop. 25th, Jake Gyllenhaal. Avoiding showers for Nightcrawler, Gyllenhaal kept skin oily, smelling of stale coffee after 4 a.m. alley runs. Rehearsal t-shirts fermented on fire escapes during humid Broadway days. Dyson purifiers now ride in his contracts. Boom operators keep mints handy. Crew nickname him Ode Jake, half joke, half gentle warning. From silent-era sound stages to 21st-century live streams, these stories underline a paradox. Icons admired worldwide sometimes neglected the most basic courtesies. Their legacies sparkle, yet the stench of certain moments lingers in oral histories and crew diaries. Fame endures, but so do the smelly footnotes that still humanize celebrity legends today.